Hey, my name is Sasha and I work at Cambridge. My IELTS band score is 8.5 overall and speaking as well. Today we're gonna listen to the speech of Nigina and try to understand what are her strengths and her weaknesses. Good afternoon, my name is Sasha. I will be conducting today's mock. Can I hear your full name, please?
Yes, sure. Nigina Shomahmadova.
And how I should call you?
Just Nigina.
Okay, Nigina. Let's start from part 1. In the part 1, I will ask you some questions about you, your preferences, okay? Let's talk about languages.
Okay.
Will you learn other languages in the future?
Yes, of course, without a doubt. Because I think that I have a natural talent for learning languages, and I already have chosen a language to learn. Now it's Turkish, because I know a little bit and wanted to fluent it in short time.
I see this. Do you think it's difficult to learn a new language?
Oh, I don't really think so, because as I said, I have a thirst for knowledge and I really love learning languages, and it's easy for me.
I see this. What language can you speak?
I can speak 3 languages fluently: Uzbek, Russian, and English, and a little bit Turkish.
I see this. Why do you learn English?
I've learned it for for applying to university, and another reason is that I wanted to work as a teacher too, because I love teaching children, and I'm happy when someone is getting knowledge and actually feeling that I can teach something to someone.
Alright, so let's change the topics. Let's talk about celebrities and stars. Have you ever met a celebrity in real life?
Yes, it happened only once. When we were celebrating the Nowruz holiday, we went out with my friends and saw 2 of them. One of them was Sitara Alimjanova, and another one was a singer. I can't remember his name exactly. Farhan Raif.
Who's your favorite movie star?
Oh, it's Robert Pattinson.
Why?
Because I just loved his films after watching Twilight. It was about vampires and I was really interested in it.
Are international superstars popular in your country?
Yes, of course. Every day you can turn on your TV and just admire international movies and just watch them with your family eating a popcorn.
We're moving to part 2. In part 2, I will give you a cue card. You will have 1 minute to prepare and you will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay? So, here is paper and pencil. You can make some notes if you wish. So, I want you to describe a person who is good at his job or her job. You should say who this person is, how do you know them, what this person does, and explain why this person is good at his or her job.
Okay.
You can start. If you're ready, we can start.
Yes. So I would like to talk about my English teacher at school, and actually it's not about English. Her job is teaching English, but moreover she is a psychologist. It's her second profession. First, when I met her, I was kind of upset on her because of the grades she gave me, but soon when we got to know each other, I realized who she is, and I really loved her because once we had a conversation with her and she told me that I have some problems. I was shocked how she can know about my problems because it's too private and I have never told anyone. And I was interested and started to talk to her. She brought me back to life. I had some traumas from childhood and she helped me to feel better and just love my life and love myself the way I am. And I think she's very good at her job because I know many people to whom she helped to bring their own lifestyle and live their life fully. And that's why I think that she's really good at her job. And so many people just thank her for her help. It was a simple conversation, but it meant so much to those people and me, actually.
I see this. Okay, thank you. This is the end of part 2. Can I have a cue card?
Of course. Did I give the notes too?
Yes, notes as well. Let's move to part 3. In part 3, the questions will be more general and abstract, and the questions in part 3 will be related to the topic of part 2. Okay?
Okay.
First question: how should new workers perform in their first jobs?
Oh, I think that they should have several skills. Of course, they're not professional ones, but first of all, they should be patient because everything requires patience, and they should be careful of what they are doing and be attentive to every single thing and feel responsibility about what they are doing. And try to be punctual because it's also one of the most important things every worker should have. And I think that it's the most important ones for workers who are working for the first time.
I see. How can workers improve their performance?
Oh, there are many options to improving their skills. For example, they can attend any seminars or they can take some free online courses or even pay for them if they want master classes, and there are a lot of stuff to do with it. And for example, books are also helpful for them. They can improve their skills by reading a specific book in their field, of course, and try to work on their skills and their what her or his job requires.
I see this. So, what jobs are well paid in Uzbekistan?
Oh, I think one of the most well-paid jobs are IT developers and doctors. Also, the government is raising the salary for teachers too because they started to realize that education is one of the most important parts of our life. It's the place where everything starts. That's why they started to pay attention to this field too. And teachers, of course, are really appreciated nowadays.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking. So,
thank you.
So, we have listened to the speech of Nigina, and I guess it's high time to give her feedback on her performance. Honestly, I was really in love with her speaking because it was super natural. I could understand everything, and it wasn't so much a trouble to try to listen and find the mistakes because she didn't have them almost at all. Talking about her fluency, I would say that it was very good. I would give her 8 for this part. And just a thing that stopped me from giving her 9 was the choice, like some few moments with hesitations. This was the only time when I was like not sure, should I give her 9 or not? And in part 3, she had some moments, as well as in part 2, where she wasn't sure how to say certain expressions. That's the reason why I decided to give her 8, not 9. Turning to vocabulary, I was really happy to hear a lot of good expressions, but there were some moments where she made a few not so critical mistakes, and one of them was about the choice of vocabulary. Yes, in a part 1, as I hear, she said like, I admire international movies. I guess it's not very natural way to say. Instead, she could have said like, I enjoy foreign movies or Hollywood movies. That would be much better. At the same time, she attempted to use expression bring me back to life in the past form, and here she made another mistake in the vocabulary, saying like, bring me back to life. And I guess it's not very appropriate, because she should have said brought me back to life. Also, I'd like to talk about her range of vocabulary. It was very awesome. I truly like it. She used a lot of phrasal verbs. She used a lot of synonyms, but still, I haven't heard much of a like descriptive language. I mean, adjectives and adverbs. That would make her speech even more amazing, giving very colorful and bright and vibrant descriptions. Apart from this, I'd like to talk about expressions like collocations. There were a lot of them, and I guess like she should use even more and be a little more careful with the use of it. Finally, we're coming to the last 2 parts. Here's grammar and pronunciation. In terms of grammar, she used bunch of complex sentences. It was really awesome. It was so cool to listen to how she manages to connect and organize her speech in this way. But I would like to say that her range of grammar was not that much good as I had expected, because I had expected from her something like a conditionals, models, and other some more complex, advanced grammar structures. But having not got it, I'm a little bit like hesitating whether to give her 7 or 8. Also, in the part 2, she attempted to use reported speech, and it was really cool because it's one of the complex structures. But even there, she made a few mistakes about present and past, jumping constantly from past to present and present to past. Finally, going to the pronunciational part, I guess like her pronunciation was really awesome. I could understand everything easily. Still, her chunking was not so great, and I would suggest her to work on this area as well. Putting it all together, I want to say that fluency and coherence was very good. She should practice a little more so that she doesn't have any sort of hesitations while talking. At the same time, I would suggest her to work on the choice of vocabulary while talking, make her expressions like collocations and choose them and use them more carefully. At the same time, grammar part was very awesome, but work on more complex grammar, and in the use of them, she should try to avoid making any mistakes. So, given that she actually tries all of these things, I'm sure that she can improve her band score to 8, 8.59. But for now, I decided that to give her 7.5, something in vicinity of this.